Hey there, it's Susan Pierce Thompson and welcome to the weekly vlog. So we have a new year underway and I know a lot of people are engaging in their bright journey. A lot of people who've resumed, a lot of people who are here in our community fresh, brand new. Welcome to Bright Line Eating. A lot of people who are doubling down on their Bright Line Eating journey after years being here. Thank you for your fortitude and your unstoppability. I'm so glad to be on this path with you. And I'm thinking about the concept of surrender. It's a big topic that we talk about here a lot because we surrender a lot here at Bright Line Eating. We surrender sugar, we surrender flour, we surrender snacking, we surrender eating whatever, whenever, just because we feel like it or it might taste good. We surrender just rocking up to events and places without thinking about our food or not having to worry about anything about the food. We actually plan and prepare in advance, which is a surrender. We surrender a lot. And especially in this modern food environment, it feels like an ongoing surrender in a lot of ways. But there is an orientation to it that makes it feel a lot more effortless and a lot more just like a no-brainer, like, oh, this is just who I am, this is what I do. And a lot of that has to do with the depth of our surrender, like how clear we are that that old way of eating and living did not work for us and that this is the path we want to be on. And surrender can be a spiritual thing, it can be an emotional thing, it can be a physical thing, it can be a health choice. But there's a shift that happens for a lot of us that really gives us the commitment, the fortitude, the oomph to embark on this Bright Line Eating journey in a way that sticks. And when I think about the word surrender, the concept surrender, I think it can be hard for us because we're taught that you fight to win. You fight to win. You don't give up. You keep fighting to win. That's what we're taught. And in this program, we surrender to win. We surrender to win. And that can feel weak. It can feel like a defeat. It can feel like an oxymoron. Surrender to win? You fight to win. So I was thinking about a little analogy, a little story, and I hope this will play well. It kind of makes sense in my mind. But let's imagine that life is a game, and it's a game that you're trying to win, like legit win. There's points, and you're trying to win the game, all right? It's like a sport. And it happens in two phases. The first phase is the beginning chunk of your life, which could be who knows how many years. But during that phase, well, first of all, the playing field is a big, massive playground, like a kid's playground, right? With all kinds of balls being thrown around and all kinds of things happening. And just picture the massive activity of a playground with thousands, millions, billions of kids, all right? It's a big playground. And what happens in the first phase is just through making your basic life choices, you end up migrating to a certain quadrant or area of the playground. And a lot of that is non-conscious. You're just living your life, making basic choices, but patterns start to develop and your life starts to be about something. It starts to take on shape and form. And that process moves you, unbeknownst to you, into a certain playing field, a certain area. And then once you realize you're there, the second phase begins. And during this ever important second phase, your job is to notice what the teams are and to join the winning team. That's your job. And the winners are those who've been on the winning team of their quadrant for the longest. That's what you're trying to do. And so within this paradigm, waking up at one point in your life and realizing that the quadrant you're in, the game that you're playing, has a lot to do with your relationship with food. That food and weight seem to have been defining the terms for a long time. You know you're a person like this when every time the new year comes around or you get the impetus to turn over a new leaf, to really get your act together, the first thing on your to-do list is, I've got to lose the weight. I've got to fix my relationship with food. I got to solve this already, right? That's the key right there. That means this is your playground, right? That's the defining area of what's going on for you, right? What you've eaten or not eaten, how it's going with your food, that for whatever reason has outsized importance. Now, not everybody's on that playground. Some people are on other playgrounds doing other stuff. God bless them. But if you're on that playground, then you got to look around and notice what the teams are. And there's really just two teams in this quadrant of the playground. There's the team of people who are eating whatever they want, whenever they want, starting and restarting diets, struggling, feeling generally less happy. Generally, their self-esteem is lower. They're scoring way fewer points in this game. They're getting to eat a lot of stuff on the way, but they are losing the game. And then there are people who've surrendered the foods and the eating behaviors that cause them difficulty. They've adopted habits that are serving them. They're banded together in communities where they're really supporting each other. They're generally happier. They're more fulfilled. And they are absolutely, without a doubt, winning this game. And so in this context, you surrender to join the winning side. That's how you surrender to win. You surrender to join the winning team. You wake up to the reality that one team is playing this game the way it should be played, and they're doing it together. There's a lot of support and a lot of camaraderie, and they're getting the results that they want in this game of life. In the quadrant of the playground that they seem to have been assigned to for whatever reason, right? There you are. Surrender to join the winning team. And that's the game we're playing here at Bright Line Eating. We're doing it pretty darn well. I'm pretty happy to be here, throwing the ball back and forth, racking up points, grinning, helping people up, falling down sometimes. There's always someone to help me up. It's a pretty good place to be over here on this team. So if you resonate with that, welcome to the team. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope that helps, because surrender is an elusive thing. I've never, in all my years coaching people doing this, and all my years thriving and struggling with my own food journey, never once have I figured out a way to wave a magic wand and give someone the gift of surrender. Never once. But maybe something in that concept might help somebody. So if it does, that would be an amazing thing, because surrender is the gift. It really is the gift. You surrender to win. That is the bottom line of addiction in my book. So that's the weekly vlog. I'll see you next week.